Since the invention of the microchip, human civilization has operated its technology in exactly one direction: forward push. For a century, creators were forced to mass-produce tools in centralized factories and push them into the market, guessing where demand might exist. Today, trillion-dollar hyperscalers are deploying millisecond AI and kinetic robotics using this same physics. When you push these capabilities into the world based on a one-dimensional guess, you violently hallucinate demand. This forces catastrophic overproduction and triggers 5-year municipal grid queues. These structural failures have now created a measurable $33.8 trillion deadweight friction on the global balance sheet. We are trying to force 21st century execution speeds through a 20th century extraction pipe. And the system is seizing. The localized edge is actively rejecting this centralized push. As citizens block utility expansions and sovereign states pass severe regulatory embargoes, tech monopolies are watching their social licenses to operate be revoked. Despite this rejection, tech hyperscalers are pivoting to an agent economy, deploying autonomous AI agents to negotiate and execute tasks at millisecond speeds. While an agent can execute a trade in milliseconds, the underlying physical supply chains still take 90 days to settle. This creates massive asynchronous exposure that the current system cannot resolve. We saw a micro version of this in 2010, when high-frequency trading algorithms caused a market flash crash by executing trades faster than the market could reconcile liquidity. If billions of agents execute orders on an analog Earth that takes weeks to settle, the friction will shatter the substrate, trapping trillions of dollars in unresolvable defaults. To survive the intelligence era, we must reverse the physics of human tooling. We have to move to a demand-out model. Because we have achieved millisecond execution speed, algorithmic IP no longer has to be pushed. It can sit in perfect, frictionless idle, moving only when it is pulled. This redefines the role of the human being. Drawing on Dr. Amartya Sen's capability approach, the localized human is no longer a passive consumer at the end of a pipe. They are the biological oracle. A verified unmet human demand is an active thermodynamic vacuum. That vacuum is the only force that should pull capability into the physical world. Flipping the switch from a broken push economy to a T0 pull network cannot happen instantly. The mismatch in speed and logic between these two systems is too high. The legacy economy is a high-pressure environment, while a demand-out network is frictionless. Moving between them requires a structural airlock to prevent a market crash, the supranational sovereign coherence orchestrator. To build this portal, the world's apex gatekeepers across 5 pillars – compute, silicon, capital, energy, and logistics – must step forward as consortium pioneers. This portal allows these leaders to hard-code their operational licenses and safely shed physical liabilities down to localized nodes without crashing the global market. Currently, the Earth is governed by a chaotic 7-layer planetary substrate, from energy and silicon to human bandwidth, all crashing into each other. The orchestrator portal acts as a machine of dimensional reduction, mathematically funneling the infinite chaos of those 7 layers. They emerge from the portal compressed into the 4 localized boundaries of the tetratic lock: cyber, physical, social, and sovereign. This compression cures the contractual seizure by replacing slow analog paper contracts with Ricardian coherence contracts that execute instantaneously. Under this lock, technology only moves when 4 dimensions fuse. First, the social dimension. The localized human cryptographically authors a specific unmet demand. Second, the sovereign dimension. The state translates its laws into automated code, instantly clearing the legal pathway for that demand. Third, the physical dimension. The local grid and ecology cryptographically attest that they possess the thermodynamic volume to absorb the action. And fourth, the cyber dimension. The borderless algorithmic IP of the enterprise orchestrates the exact capability required to fill the void. At the exact millisecond of T0, all 4 dimensions fuse into one singular state, pulling the technology down to Earth. This achieves true reality versus payment. We safely tether high-speed AI agents to physical truth, which drops corporate overproduction to absolute zero. Scaling this architecture allows us to access the reservoir of planetary wealth, verified by global institutions, a total of $1.152 quadrillion. By reversing the tool, we stop treating human communities as unpriced testing grounds for blind AI. We are architecting the physics to co-create reality.